Hi everybody, Golden Era Bookworm here, your online free Golden Era library, and today we're going to look at Larry Scott's tips for diamond shaped calves. This will be the last video on the series that I've started on Larry Scott's tips for each body part. Now, Larry Scott's book is the one I highly recommend. Loaded Guns, available on eBay and Amazon. And I guess this particular information given here and in my other videos is sourced from many of Larry Scott's works, including Loaded Guns and his booklets. Some of his booklets are still available online, and I recommend that you have a read. Now the tips, and I literally here mean the tips because you'll see what I mean in a minute, but Larry Scott's tips to use special type of calf raise block. It should be at least 4 inches tall, and that's about 10 centimeters tall, padded with gum rubber. And the reason that it should be padded with gum rubber is that you should perform all calf raises. This is his own tips, by the way. So his major tip is to perform all calf raises, all types, with no shoes on. And these movements should all be very full range movements. And tips, as I said, literally because you should be on your tiptoes, like in ballet. Larry was adamant, absolutely adamant on this, on wearing no shoes, doing each exercise barefoot, and getting right onto your tiptoes, right onto your tippy toes, and really focusing on the last, when you're coming up, on the last little moment, to try and actually focus on the big toe and on the first toe of your feet, to get right up there, right? Just like ballerinas do. This is really important. And what it does is it actually makes your calf more of a diamond shape, because you really get what's that peak contraction. It's that peak contraction, according to Larry and the other Golden Era old school bodybuilders. It's that very top movement right up the top that gives you the diamond shaped calf, as opposed to a slab of meat on your calf with partial movements like you see in today's bodybuilders. So the exercises, with Larry, most of the exercises are rather well known, with some of his twists and tricks, right? Here you can see Larry doing standard calf raises on normal machine. And again, this is from his book actually. He writes there, "Notice how much higher I can get up on my toes with my shoes removed." And I've got this other photo from the internet, and you can see this guy, although he's fairly muscular and looks rather fit, his calves are lacking. Yeah, and I know that black people, no offense, have poor genetics for calf development. But can you see that he's not on his tippy toes on the contracted part on the rise? He's just on the ball of his foot. Now look at and compare that to Larry. His foot looks almost vertical in comparison, whereas this guy's foot is almost at a 45-degree angle. Larry's is like at a 80 or 90-degree angle. So you can get, Larry's right, you can get much higher and therefore get really peak contraction on your calves. And he would do this for all calf raise exercises. Hack machine calf raises were another favorite of Larry, and again he compares this. This is an actual picture here on the left from Bill Pearl's book, and you can see that he writes here, "It's really hard to get much movement when you try this exercise with shoes on." Again, you can see the angle of the foot. The angle here of Bill Pearl's foot, it's a drawing nevertheless, is 45 degrees, and I mean to the vertical, not that the fact that he's got his toes out, but I mean the vertical part. It's only 45 degrees, but if you do the calf raise movements on your tiptoes, you can go much higher. And this brings me to a really good point that even modern specialists such as Charles Poliquin have talked about and compared the calves of ballet dancers. You can see that this ballet dancer on the top right hand corner, although looking rather ripped and fit, his calves are enormous. Like, look at the calf that is actually in mid-air. It's like a balloon, right? And we see a front view of his tibialis, right? And behind you can actually see the size of the calf. It's bursting, right? And of course, he's standing right on his tippy toes, and that calf looks like it's going to explode, right? And this person who's just standing, this black and white photo now, they're just standing rather relaxed. Look at the veins. Look at the goddamn veins on those goddamn legs. It's unbelievable. And the size of those calves are enormous. They're fantastic. I'd love to have calves like that. I've got shitty calves, but they're amazing. And of course, ballet dancers are well known for getting on their tippy toes. And maybe I should make a video about this, but this is just the point. I'm just trying to emphasize the point here that Larry's trying to make. Get on your tippy toes and ditch the shoes. I actually ditch the shoes in the gym and just wear socks. And if it's a really hard surface like metal where the calf raise machine is, I just get a piece of gym mat from the floor, place it on there to act like rubber, and do the calf raises like that. And I really can go much higher, and I've noticed a difference already in my calves. So I believe in what Larry's saying. Another favorite of Larry was the donkey calf raise, and of course this was also a favorite of Arnold. And he would have, so Larry would get a person obviously sitting on his hips, and he would do the donkey calf raises. And you know what the results are. You can see Arnold's calves. He's got amazing diamond-like calves from doing donkey calf raises, and I've done a video on this before. So what was Larry's favorite program for working his calves? He would superset donkey calf raises with hack machine calf raises actually, and he would do 4 sets of 20 reps of each exercise. So he would do a set of donkey calf raises, followed immediately by a set of hack machine calf raises, 20 reps each, and then rest. And then repeat that 4 times. You'd have 4 sets of each movement. So you do 4 sets of this superset, right? Or 4 times of this superset. And this would be done twice a week. So I hope you've enjoyed the series that I've brought from Larry Scott. May he rest in peace. He was a wonderful bodybuilder and a real gentleman. I love the videos that I can still see online of Larry on YouTube. He was a real pioneer. He learned from the best, from Bill Pearl, Steve Reeves, from really the 40s and 50s guys, right? Because he came out in the 60s, of course. So he really brought that knowledge as well to the bodybuilders from the 70s. If you see photos from the golden era, you'll see Larry with Arnold, with Franco, with Zane, and they learned a lot from him, because he learned from Vince, and he learned from Pearl, and he learned from Reeves. So he was a real connection between the real old school and the subsequent legends like Franco, Arnold, and Zane. I mean, Larry was awesome. And he passed away quite a while back now, but his knowledge is really worth talking about, and that's why I did this series, and I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the series, please give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video too, of course. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave me your comments. I always read them, and give me suggestions for more of your videos. And thank you for watching. This is the Golden Era Bookworm, your online free Golden Era library. Bye for now.